Good morning, everyone. This is Matt Timney, your Senior Web Administrator. I hope everyone is doing great. Today's webinar will be focusing on Lightfair. Key points in the agenda for today's webinar will be the Lightfair 2018 introduction, our indoor commercial line, our indoor industrial line, lamps, controls, outdoor products, specialty, and Q&A. If you haven't received it yet, we've sent out an e-blast for our customers to register at Lightfair. So we have a free exhibit hall passes, the MaxLite code that you see on the screen here. Also, we will be talking about the cocktail party day 1 from 4 to 6 p.m. It's our 25th anniversary, so this is going to be quite a fun time. We're giving label pins, wristbands will also be available to everyone. And not to forget, let everybody remind themselves that Lightfair will be from May 8th to the 10th and will be at booth 3633. As you can see here and in years past, we have a map of our booth and what will be shown at Lightfair. This can be available to know where anything is. Just contact your rep and he can forward you the map of what is being shown at Lightfair. So right now I'd like to introduce you to Brendan Drew, our Director of Product Management for the indoor commercial line. Brendan?
Thank you, Matt. To begin with, I'd like to talk about the ARCMAX with sensor. The ARCMAX is the volumetric troffer which has been in our portfolio for a period of time already. But we've introduced a new option with a microwave sensor that is placed behind the lens. The benefit of this is that you get to keep the aesthetic of the fixture. You don't have anywhere where you have the visible sensor hanging off the fixture which can change the aesthetic. The sensor can work for motion sensing as well as it can be set up to detect daylight. Coming out of the factory, it will have our prearranged settings, but using the remote control that can be purchased separately, the user can set up different levels for both the sensor power, depending on the height that the fixture is placed at, as well as the relevant times for how long it would go to a dimmed state before it turns off, and also if you're using the daylight functions, at what level of daylight the fixture goes to an off state. It's a nice option. We do see some increased opportunities in rebates for these types of controlled fixtures. And one more point about it is that it is possible that you can have a single fixture with a sensor control multiple fixtures. We've developed some of the wiring diagrams that go along with that, and you can put together a single fixture with multiple subsequent fixtures. Depends a little bit on installation voltage for how many units can be attached, but it's 4 or 6 units can be attached to a single sensor. The next thing that we're going to have on display at Lightfair this year is a new retrofit kit for troffers. Today in our troffer retrofit, we offer the LRK family of products, which is a edge lit panel in the center of the retrofit. Now we're introducing the TRK. And this is a center basket look, very similar to the volumetric appearance that we were just talking about with the ARCMAX. It has a similar construction. It's a 3-piece kit using 2 end brackets and the centerpiece being a door that once connected swings and locks into place. It has also 2 additional edge pieces that can be used to cover any gapping that might occur depending on what the existing troffer size is. The product has great performance with 125 lumens per watt, greater than 125 lumens per watt. So when we go and actually launch it, we'll have our DLC premium certification in place. And right now, this is something that's already on order. The factory is working on it, and we're anticipating having stock in June. Third product that we're going to have on display is the INDIRECT troffer. This is a new product for MaxLite and is a bit different from others that we've had previously. This product uses LEDs, which are actually shining light into the fixture, and a high reflectance material that's on the inside of those 2 chambers to reflect the light back out into the application space. It's a really nice aesthetic, nice new look. But because of the way that the chambers are shaped and the use of that high reflectance material, we're able to generate more than 125 lumens per watt from this fixture as well. So not only do you have a great look and you get the benefit of indirect lighting so that you don't have the discomfort in the space for people with glare and things like this, but you have really high performance as well. So available in a 2x2 and a 2x4. We've already completed our DLC premium listing for this product, another one that's on order in the factory and which we're anticipating to have stock in our warehouse in June. Changing a little bit from the TROFFERs over to the downlights, we recently introduced our new universal downlight. This is a simplified commercial downlight that has a white baffle appearance as opposed to the more traditional aluminum reflector. It's a little bit of a limited range with only 6-inch and 8-inch sizes available. The construction features a wide flange so that the 8-inch unit, for example, the flange extends out past 10 inches. So it can be used a little bit in some of those applications where you need something to cover a little wider hole than the nominal size of the downlight. We have 2 wattages and we have 3 color temperatures available. Energy Star certified at around 95 lumens per watt, depending on color and so forth. But what's really neat about this product is it can be used either as a retrofit or it can be used as a new fixture. So it's been certified for use in both applications and therefore gives a lot of flexibility, hence the reason we called it universal. Also because it's universal voltage, 120 to 277, and it has the feature of being able to dim if you are using a 120 installation. Also in the downlight family, we have our new RRC downlight. This product is coming in to replace some of the older models that we've had previously and are in the process of phasing out. But this will be the full line of downlights. So we're offering 4, 6, 8, and 9-inch sizes. We have range of wattages for 10, 15, 20, 30, and 50 at about 100 lumen per watt. So that means that we're offering lumen packages from approximately 1,000, just under 1,000 lumens, all the way up to 5,000 lumens in the larger sizes. A variety of color temperatures available, universal voltage. And also what we've done is we've created models that offer the 0 to 10 volt dimming protocol, but for the lower end, 10, the 15, and the 20, we also have models that allow for triac dimming. And as a final element, we have integrated emergency backup that we're developing as well with this family of fixtures. That one's going to come a little bit later. The standard units for this product should be available starting in May, and the EM should follow shortly thereafter once we complete all of the certification requirements for that. With the introduction of these 2 downlights along with the RR Eco, we've really changed over our downlight portfolio for MaxLite, and now we think we have a nice offering for the customers and end users to meet their requirements. If I go to the next product that we're going to be highlighting at Lightfair, it's our brand new LITEBAR. We've had a LITEBAR product for a number of years, but this one is a complete new design, complete upgrade from the previous versions. Still a 120 volt product that is linkable. We have many different accessories, including straight connectors, 90-degree left or 90-degree right. We have flexible connectors in 4-inch and 12-inch, as well as some longer sizes. And this product also has several mounting options. We have some standard brackets. We have some pivot brackets that allow you to direct the light from the LITEBAR, so in case you're using some kind of a wall wash application. And we also have a magnetic mount, so we found that using the LITEBAR to illuminate shelving is a popular application, and using the magnets can sometimes be a simple mounting methodology for the product. The new models feature a different connecting system from the back. This gives us great options in terms of having continuous light because we don't have thick end caps, so you have almost no break in your linear light when you're making those kinds of butt joints. It has an updated style. The dimming on this product has been improved over the previous version. In the previous version, we had one dimmer that was really suggested and worked well. Here we have numerous different dimmers that'll work well with this product. And you still have the opportunity to make continuous light in connected groups out to about 40 feet. So a lot of great updates to this product, and finally, it's also at a great price point. So this product is going to be available in May, and it really is a nice improvement over the current version and offers a lot of flexibility to a lot of different potential applications, including case lighting, displays, cove lighting, under cabinet, and some other accent lighting applications that various end users have come up with. Very excited about that product. We also have introduced a couple of new products into the portfolio as well this year. On display at Lightfair will be a round pendant. It's a 24-inch round. It features the edge-lit technology so that you have the beautiful even light across the diffuser. It's available in a couple of different color temperatures, and it's also available in two types. We have a direct, which is really a surface mount option, and then we have a direct indirect, which is really the pendant mount option. We have 3500, 4000K, and it's a nice accent piece. It can also be used, functionally in offices, conference rooms, all kinds of different situations where you might like to have that light below the ceiling level. The complementary piece to the round pendant is the 1x4 pendant. This product is another nice aesthetic piece that uses the edge-lit technology to give a great look across a 1x4 form factor. Available as a direct-indirect pendant. It gives a nice accent to a more sophisticated design. Available in a couple of color temperatures and with an option of diffusers, including a transparent one that when the fixture is turned off, you can actually see through the lens, so it's kind of a neat effect as well. This one's not going to be on display, but it is the complementary piece to the round one that we'll have hanging over our conference room. So we hope that when you come to see us at Lightfair, you'll take a look at the pendant and see some uses for it for your customers. Thank you very much for your time today, and we look forward to seeing you at Lightfair.
Thank you, Brendan. I'd like now to introduce Ramesh Raghavan, our Director of Product Management for our Indoor Industrial line.
Thank you, Matt. Hello, everybody. This is Ramesh, Product Manager for Indoor Industrial at MaxLite. So we are pretty excited to share a few new products and some upgrades coming up at Lightfair 2018. So quickly to review, we have a few products in the high bay categories in the round and linears, as well as a few new products and upgrades for the linear categories, which includes the linear vapor tights and a few others. So moving on to the first slide here for the products. This is the HP Gen 2, which we've launched a few months ago. It's been very well received. Nothing new here that we've not already covered in the last few months. Product comes in 4 wattages. It's up to 28,000 lumens without the lens. DLC premium with the lens. Has a bunch of options, battery backup sensors and multiple different types of sensors. Offers a 10-year warranty with specific conditions and a bunch of different accessories, which includes drop lens, shades. By the way, drop lens and shades now come with the kit, so you don't have to order the clips and things separately. You just order the kit. So you can see in the part number here and a few other accessories. So same product being displayed at Lightfair. The one thing that we do have at Lightfair is this product has IntelliMax attached to it, so it will be controllable from an iPad, so to speak. So we're excited about that. Moving on to the first new product is the high temperature round high bay. It's the second product I'm talking about, but the first new product on the list. This will be launched sometime in July, early August. High temperature meaning this can hit up to 65 degrees C ambient. So we don't have a product that goes up to this temperature until now in the high bay category. Now we do, and this will also be IP65 rated, and this will have a high voltage option and motion sensor option available. This will not have a battery backup, unfortunately. For that type of a heat, we don't have a solution, and this will come in a nice little over 13 inches round form factor, and pretty nice compactly done product for the lumen range as well as the temperature that it meets. It's going to be only available at 240 watt, 30,000 lumens when we launch. In the future, we will consider lower and higher lumen packages if we see a need. But this will come at 5,000K at launch and will be DLC premium at launch. Again, this will be available in July, early August as with stock. Moving on to the next product, the next new upgrade will be for the HL series high bay. The first gen was launched about 2 years ago at Lightfair. Then now we are getting ready to launch the next generational upgrade to it. As you can see, the wattages will match the round HP high bay, 90, 130, 160, and 185. The lumen packages will pretty much be the same. Without the lens, it can hit up to 160 lumens per watt, but the product itself will be sold with lens and will be DLC premium listed with lens. And pretty much all options and accessories that we have available today in the HL series will be available here, with the exception of the narrow optic that's available today. For us to be able to get the lower price and better efficacy and such, we had to trade something, and we had to pick the narrow reflector because we're not able to fit that into this form factor. So we will not have that going forward, but I doubt if anybody will miss that because we barely sold any of that while it was available. So this will be DLC premium, as I said, at listing with all options and accessories. The next product, the last product in the high bay category I want to quickly discuss is the BLHE Economic High Bay. There's nothing new here, just the fact that recently we launched the 223 watt and the 321 watt, which gives you all the way up to 40,000 lumens with the sensor. Just note that these two wattages are 4 feet form factor as opposed to the 90, 162, and 135 watts are 2 feet form factor. And all of them are available with sensor, and recently we also made available a more economic field installable battery backup for this, and that's a pretty exciting addition for this whole product series. So what will be displayed at Lightfair will only be the 90 watt product for space constraints reasons. And there's nothing new about the 90 watt, but we're displaying that just to say that, hey, we still have the economic series here. So that's that. Moving on to the linear products. So the first linear new product that we have, it's technically an upgrade to the LFORM series, but we're going to discontinue the LFORM after this gets launched. This is going to be called the LMAX product line. So it's really a new product line for the linear, and this is going to be a square cross-section product, 4 feet form factor, connectable with a bracket in the back and connectors on either ends of the product that allows us to do continuous runs of linear for as long as the circuit will allow, and will be available in 40 and 60 watts. It will be DLC premium at launch. And again, at launch, it will be wide distribution only, which means it's got a flat diffused lens, as you can see in the picture. We are considering other optics distributions which may be available in the future. And at launch, it will also have the motion sensor option, whereas the EM option we are working on, it might come a little bit later. And also at launch, it will include not only a connection kit, which will connect on a linear way, but it will also give you T, X, and L connectors to do any kind of a layout and any kind of an application. So depending on the application, you could literally run this in any kind of form factor that will with the connectors. And again, like I said, it will be DLC premium at launch. It will be 4000K standard, and 35 and 5000K will be available as a special order. So we are very excited about this product, and this product will also be available with the INDIRECT option at launch. All right, the next linear product is the TRIMAX Gen 2. The TRIMAX has been with us for about 2 years now. Again, was launched 2 years ago at Lightfair. It was a well-received product with a few complications, especially with wiring and the ability to continuous run in Gen 1, which both got fixed in Gen 2. Now the connectors and the wires actually come from the top, and it's a connector mechanism as opposed to wires coming, which means that we can add wires when needed. And the best part about this is that we will have probably the industry's first connectable bracket that allows us to do continuous run. And the end caps being translucent, it literally could become a 8-foot or longer run vapor tight, which is pretty exciting because the connectors in the top will allow you to jump the power and the dimming wires, so you can make a continuous run of product all the way across for as long as your circuit will allow. So that's a pretty good option. And since the connectors use 90-degree connector cables, it'll still retain a fairly low profile, and yet compared to the first generation, which had a surface mount bracket of about 1 inch thickness, which means it'll be offset about 1 inch from the surface in the first gen, the new gen will probably offset 2 inches to accommodate circuitry in the back that allows us to do a continuous run on this product. Just as the first gen, you will have MS, motion sensor, and emergency options. We just don't have them together, which means I would not have an EM-MS option, but you will have MS and the EM separately available in this product series. And the connecting kit will be an additional buy when you need it. The standard product is a 4-feet product, comes out of the box, being able to install surface mount or use the same brackets for a cable hang or other mount. So that will be DLC premium, and as you can see, we're going to go from 40 and 60 watts to 35 and 55 watt and still meet DLC premium with this product. And the 55 watt will also be listed as a DLC low bay category product. So it's a great product addition that has a lot of features. As a matter of fact, the whole patent, the connecting bracket and all of that is patent pending right now. And we look forward to being an exclusive provider of this feature for a vapor-tight product. And the next upgrade product, which is going to be the RS and LS series strip and retrofit kit. Basically, there's nothing new here except that recently we made an upgrade in terms of wattage. But what is new is that the new wattage is 35 and 46 watt will also have a motion sensor option. A lot of people have been requesting this for a while. So what will be displayed at Lightfair will be the RS strip with the motion sensor attached to it, which will allow for control with a remote control. And you could attach a motion sensor version with a non-motion sensor version and do a continuous run with it, where one motion sensor can control many non-sensor version of it in a continuous run. So that's pretty unique for us and nice little product there. We will not be showing the LS, we will only be showing the RS at Lightfair. And plus, the new wattages are also DLC premium as opposed to DLC standard from the past. The next slide shows a product upgrade that is not going to be displayed at Lightfair. This is the standard LSV and LSU. The looks don't change, nothing changes except that the wattages change. Lumen packages are going to be pretty close to before. The biggest upgrade to this is that we're going to have a pretty significant drop in price compared to the current gen LSVs and LSUs. We are looking at this upgrade happen sometime in July. So starting May, we will be dropping prices on our current gen, and then all the way through July when we will match the prices to the next gen. So nothing different, so that's why we're not displaying it. The one thing to note here is that the LSV, the vapor type, we used to have clear and diffused lens options in the past. Going forward, it will only come in diffuse. There is no more clear lens option for the vapor type. As we are able to meet DLC premium even with the diffused lens, there is no need for us to offer a clear lens product. So that's something to note. And the 45 watt, both vapor tight and wrap will be a low bay qualified product. So, and the other thing to note that we've probably already talked about quite a while before is that there is a low cost, high frequency microwave sensor available for both these options, as opposed to a PIR sensor, which is sometimes preferred, but it's a little bit more expensive to add. The microwave sensor goes behind the lens of the product, so you won't see any extra additional fittings on it. So that's a pretty good option that's available. The last update, again, this will not be shown at Lightfair, is what's going on with the PALLET program. We've discussed this before, but to finalize this, there is no more PALLET program, so there is no need to order anything in a PALLET. All of the non-dimming versions of the PALLET program portions of them, the 4000K, 5000K vapor tight and the 4000K wrap will be made available in a dimming version and better price than even the PALLET pricing from the past. So there's no need for a PALLET quantity order going forward. However, the 5000K wrap and the 5000K strip, which came as a 2-pack, it will not be available in the future because we do have a lot of stock of it right now, and it's got some unbelievable pricing on those two products. So that's something definitely highly recommend. Definitely encourage you to take a look at the 5000K wrap and the 5000K linear strip, which will not be continued going into the next year. And the next generation will only be those 3 SKUs that you see there. All of them will be dimming. All of them will be better priced than the PALLET pricing from the past, and no more PALLET order requirement for this product. So with that, we're done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh. Next up, I'd like to introduce Alex Trong, our Director of Product Management for lamps. Alex?
Thank you, Matt. So today I'm going over the products that we will be showing at Lightfair 2018. First off, we have a full line of JA8 compliant A-lamps replacement for 40 watt, 60 watt, 75 watt, and 100 watt. Most of these items are available in 2 color temperatures, 2700 Kelvin and 3000 Kelvin. The products that you see on this slide, we are showing both the products that can be used in open-rated fixture and enclosed rated fixtures. So models with the E are suitable for enclosed fixtures. Next, we have a 3-way 821 lamp. This is a 15-watt product replacement for a 100-watt incandescent. This product is designed to work with the 3-way socket, so at the lowest setting, you're getting 500 lumens replacement for 40 watt. The second setting will get you 1,000 lumens replacement for 60 watt, and then the highest setting, 1,500 lumens replacement for 100 watt. For the globes, we have 3 different models for 3 different bulb sizes. So a G16.5, G25, and G40. For the G25, it's a JA8 compliant product as well as Title 20 certified. This product is a 10-watt product with 800 lumens, a replacement for a 100-watt incandescent globe. Next, we have a full line of LED filament lamps. We have a B10 candle, an A19, a G25, an ST19, and a T10. The G25 is not JA8 and it's not Title 20 certified. All the other products are JA8 and Title 20. Also, the ST19 is a 2200 Kelvin or super warm Kelvin temperature with amber glass instead of clear glass. For the reflectors, we will be showing all 3 models, BR20, BR30, and BR40. For the slide, we're just focusing on the 11-watt BR30, and this particular model will replace a 65-watt incandescent, giving you 800 lumens, and it's Title 20 certified. New for this year, we have a full lineup of PAR lamps, PAR 20, PAR 30 short neck, PAR 30 long neck, and PAR 38. These are dimmable down to 10%, and we're offering only the 40-degree flood models. They're available in 2 color temperatures, 2700 Kelvin and 3000 Kelvin, and they're Energy Star certified, JA8, and Title 20 certified. For the puck lamps section, we have a standard as well as a compact version available in non-dim. For the standard, we have dimmable ones, but they're not on display. These are 120 to 277 volt operation. They're replacement for 60-watt incandescent, and they're suitable for damp, wet location as well as enclosed fixtures. For our miniatures, we have a G4 base, a wedge base, and a G9 base. For the G9, we have 2 wattages, 3-watt and 5-watt, non-dim and dimmable. Moving on to the U-bend. This is a UL Type B, new for this year. It's an all-plastic construction. 15.5 watt replacing 32-watt fluorescent, giving you 1800 lumens. Since this is a UL Type B or ballast bypass, you will have to use a non-shunted lamp holder. In this case, we do offer one for the U-bend. It's a G13 UNS. And this product, it's available in the major CCT 3500K, 4000K, and 5000K, and they're all DLC listed. For our linear UL Type A, we're showing the glass construction version, which is also our pallet program promotion model. And this particular product, it's a 14-watt bare lamp, and the system is around 17 watt, giving you 2100 lumens. This product is compatible with most instant start ballasts, so make sure you check our data sheet to be sure that the ballast is compatible. P8 linear UL Type B, we're showing the glass model, and this is also our pallet promotion product. This is UL Type B, so you have to bypass the ballast and wire the power directly to one end of the tube. We're also showing a UL Type C linear all-plastic construction. The model that we're showing is a 13-watt, but we do have an 18-watt giving you a 2225 lumens. They're available with 2 drivers, a 2-lamp driver and a 4-lamp driver. The 2-lamp driver will operate 1 lamp, and the 4-lamp driver will operate 3 lamps. So, new for this year, we have a Buy American Act compliant linear tube, both UL Type A, and then we also have another version for UL Type B. For the Type A, it's a 14-watt bare lamp, 17-watt in the system, giving you 1800 lumens. The Type B is a 15-watt lamp, giving you 1800 lumens, and they should be available in May. Next is our T5 linear UL Type A. This is a 25-watt bare lamp, and the system will be roughly 28-watt, giving you 3200 lumens. Available in 3 color temperatures, 3500 Kelvin, 4000 Kelvin, and 5000 Kelvin. DLC listed. We also have a UL Type B or ballast bypass, single-end power connection. They're available in 3 lengths, 2, 3, and 4. For the 4-foot, we have 2 wattages, a 13-watt and a 25-watt. The 25-watt is the replacement for 54-watt fluorescent T5HO. For PL lamps, we have the UL Type B or ballast bypass, a 6-watt and an 8-watt. The 6-watt replaces 13-watt fluorescent, 8-watt replaces 18-watt fluorescent. They're available in various bases, E26 screw base, GU24, GX23, and G24Q. 5 color temperature, but not all of them will be available in every base type. We also have a PL lamp that is UL Type A or plug and play. This particular product, we have 2 versions. We have a horizontal and a vertical, depending on how you would mount the lamp inside the fixture. So this is a 12-watt bare lamp. Inside this fixture, it's going to be 15-watt, giving you roughly 900 to 1,000 lumens, and it's replacing 26-watt fluorescent. We also have a horticulture linear T8 UL Type B or ballast bypass. This is an 18-watt lamp. For grow light, you don't look at light output, you want to look at PAR. In this case, it's 25 micromoles per second. This product operates at line voltage 120 to 277. And the peak wavelength is at 450 nanometer royal blue and 650 nanometer deep red. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Now to introduce Eric Fournier, our Director of Product Management for Controls. Eric?
Thanks, Matt, and welcome to the Lightfair preview webinar for INDIRECT. So INDIRECT is MaxLite Intelligence Wireless Lighting Control System. So while INDIRECT is this very powerful platform, let's make sure that we keep things at a high level here as we describe the system. So essentially, the way I like to look at INDIRECT is from three folds. The main benefits of the systems are essentially its simplicity, performance and reliability, as well as the options that comes with the system and its ability to scale and adapt over time. Let's take a look at some of these points in more details. One of the new products that we're excited to show at Lightfair this year is actually a plug load control. And so what's important for us to recognize here is that energy codes, which is the number one drivers for lighting control, evolve and have been evolving over the years. And we wanted to make sure that this simple platform we have can be adapted to meet the latest energy codes. So come and check out our newest plug load control, and we'll explain how it helps you comply with some of these energy codes that are out there. So regarding the simplicity, obviously there are a lot of great systems out there in the industry, but I think to some extent manufacturers have done a disservice to customers by making some of these solutions very complex. On the other hand, the premise for us at MaxLite was really to keep these platforms as simple as possible. So one of the key things that we've done is, as you're taking those components and laying it out on a room-by-room basis, we made sure that the system was capable of meeting energy codes out of the box and also save most energy out of the box. Certainly the system can be configured and reconfigured, but again, the premise was that the least amount of time that you have to touch, the better. And so out of the box, it meets sequence like manual on, automatic off, sequence of operation, and comply with ASHRAE 90.1 as well as Title 24, for example. Obviously, one of the key benefits of using wireless lighting control devices is that it eliminates the need for wiring. And so one of the key benefits there is it certainly makes the installation a lot easier, a lot faster, and you can place devices such as occupancy sensors and daylighting sensor wherever it makes most sense in the space. Also, the nodes that we have can be pre-installed onto the fixtures, MaxLite fixture, at the factory before we ship it. And therefore, what you will be receiving in the field is a INDIRECT-enabled intelligent fixture. And it ultimately saves time and installation time in the field and keep things simple for the installers. I believe that one of the highlights of the system is the simple and very intuitive user interface that we created that runs on smartphones, smart devices. And so, again, the intention is to make sure that when commissioning of the space is required, that really any type of person that has not had a whole lot of experience with INDIRECT is capable to take it and configure the space without any type of formal training from us. So very simple guided application, and we'll see in a little more detail what it looks like. So this is, for example, some screenshot of how the user interface would look like. So very simple, very intuitive. Again, as you first log in, it gives you the options to either log in your project or set up. Eventually, the first thing you would do is try to find gateways. As you're finding the gateway, then what you would do is, again, for each and every room, You would discover devices such as occupancy sensors, switches, daylighting sensor. You would easily add them to a group of fixtures and configure the space again on a room-by-room level. Very intuitive, very straightforward. The second main benefit of the INDIRECT system is really its performance and high level of reliability. And the first thing really to notice is that the platform is being developed using a ZigBee communicating protocol. And while there are several wireless protocols that exist out there, the ZigBee is the most common language one for connected lighting in home and businesses. It's worth noticing that the Alliance attracts over 150 well-known participants. And most importantly, I would say, if you're looking at the range of applications out there in the field in North America for wireless system, about 1/3 of all of those are actually done with any type of ZigBee communicating device. So well proven, used for many years, and very robust. Also, something important to notice about a mesh network, which is what ZigBee is on, as opposed to other type of networking, such as a star network or tree network or bus network. Those alternative topologies that exist do not offer alternative routes through the network, which means that if there's any device in the network that fail or there's any type of congestion on the network, it will absolutely impact the performance, slow down communication, and eventually even stop communication of devices. So again, benefit here of using a mesh network is that there's a level of intelligence here that help actually make sure that there's always an alternative route that is used to communicate from devices to devices. When it comes to reliability, it was very important for our teams, our engineering team and product management also to make sure that the system had been fully tested at the full scale. In other words, when we know the limitations and the number of devices that the system can handle, which is in our case 120 devices per mini hub, we have been doing extensive testing with a maximum number of devices and built from their safety net. So the system has gone through very rigorous testing for a long time, and we are very confident that the performance can actually meet the expectations. Okay, so regarding the reliability and performance and simplicity also, I would say to some extent, one of the key attributes and benefits of INDIRECT is that we're offering over-the-air firmware updates. So similar to your phones, as we're coming up with new system enhancements or fixing bugs, that we'll very easily and transparently update the system. And along those lines, there's been a great deal of emphasis on the IP security, and we're offering multiple layers of security, network security in the system. Lastly, regarding the reliability, we believe that it was very important that the system was capable of responding fast to any type of user interface. For example, if there's a switch in the system, the user pressed the switch to turn on the light, it would not be an acceptable experience for this user to wait a second or two for some of the lights to come on. So we've made sure that the hardware platform, as well as the software that was created, provided very low latency control responsiveness. That combined with the fact that we're using distributed gateway architecture, again, ensure that the system as a whole offers very low latency. Looking at the option and scalability, one of the things we've done here is making sure that the system was actually designed, if you would, with the concept of creating Lego blocks. And as we expand the system, there's certainly no need to replace the entire system as we expand it. And along with it, some of the devices that we have, load controller in particular, can be used to control individual fixture or to group multiple fixtures together if it's what makes the most sense for the application. So it's really an application-based platform. From an application, I would also say that INDIRECT is a commercial lighting control system primarily. And it can be used from few rooms all the way to an entire building. Again, very scalable. You can easily add on devices to scale it and maintain the integrity of the system. Thank you again for joining us today. Hope you can come to Lightfair and stop by and see some of the newer product and exciting product that will be added to the system. Again, TRIMAX is this open protocol platform, actually, or ecosystem that was powered by Quartet using Zigbee wireless technology. So come and check it out, and we'll be glad to share some of this exciting new product with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Now I'd like to introduce Shanali Parikh, our Assistant Product Manager for our outdoor line.
Thank you, Matt. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. I hope to see all of you at our booth at LFI in Chicago this year. For those of you who had seen our booth last year, you would have noticed that the outdoor section of the booth was definitely a little bit different than the rest. And on top of that, we were predominantly focusing on our Impulse series. This year will be no different, but the biggest change between last year and this year will be that we will actually have actual samples of the product. Some of these products we've already launched and are in stock, and some of them are finished with design development and will be launching soon. So I'll go through a little bit about what you'll be seeing at LFI this year in terms of Impulse and our QUADROMAX Plus series, and then also go into a little bit more detail about the status of those launches as well. So in general, I want to go over why MaxLite even decided to pursue Impulse. It really was targeted to strengthen our position in the commercial outdoor LED lighting market. It's one of the most complete and comprehensive architectural outdoor lighting ranges in the industry. It has a complete, distinctive, and unique design. Everything was designed in-house, from the industrial design of the products themselves to the engineering design behind it. It has a focus on performance, so not just DLC premium, but also a focus on features as well. So we wanted to make sure that these products are getting the light output into the applications that they needed to. And then finally, we wanted to make sure that we were offering a higher tier product than our traditional series, still with a competitive price and with a comprehensive marketing program, all of which I'll get into a little bit. So what characterizes this range? On the right-hand side, you'll see a little teaser from one of our teaser brochures from last year. But essentially, our focus was on aesthetics and outstanding performance. So we wanted to make everything stand alone, look beautiful, but also come together in a complete project or on a complete campus and look like it's part of the same cohesive family. We had a focus on features and options, and I'll go into detail what I mean about that, along with a competitive pricing and a standard 10-year warranty out of the box. Now, keep in mind, MaxLite still offers a 10-year warranty with labor included program, which is separate from what I'm discussing right now. For these, even without end-user registration, the products are valid for 10-year warranty out of the box on the parts. So first and foremost, let's get into the area luminaires. If you had seen the area light last year at our booth, that was a working demo. This year, you'll see something that's much slimmer and thinner. Our area light is designed to be modular for the Impulse series, available in 100 to 300 watt options, getting up to right about 40,000 lumens. It's meant to be a very modular design, so it'll be available in 3 sizes. The key thing to think of here is there will be a flexibility in application, so you can use it as a pole mount for area lighting, or you may use it with a trunnion or a 2 3/8 inch knuckle for more flood lighting applications to really target the light to a specific location. This product is DLC premium, and it'll come with our standard range of options that we offer across the outdoor line. So it will come with a watt stopper motion sensor, which has daylight harvesting set point controls. It has the ability to commission it with a remote control. And for the purposes of this presentation, I want to keep it a little bit high level. So if you're looking into details for any specific controls options offered with any of the products I discussed, you can find more information on our website for that. Next up is our Impulse Canopy series, also a DLC premium product. It's available in 28 watt and 55 watt solutions. And this one is meant for an easy one-person installation that can be either surface mounted or pendant mounted. There's some cool aspects of this product as well. It'll come in canopy, parking garage, and asymmetric distributions, all in the same compact size and form factor. Our wall mount luminaire is available in 28, 55, and 100 watt solutions, and this is actually an adjustable luminaire. So standard out of the box, it'll come at a 0-degree angle for cutoff applications, and it is adjustable in the field up to 45 degrees if you wanted to use it for more of an open face application. And it is now available to be used as an uplight as well. We'll also be seeing the Bollard, which comes with Visual Comfort Standard technology, and it's available in 1,000 and 2,000 lumens. Right now, the Bollard size will be your standard 42-inch Bollard. Potential exploration down the road for more of a pedestrian scale application in some taller sizes. The bullet floods have definitely had a redesign since last year's LFI. It's a much more compact size. It's available in 8-watt and 24-watt options, but both of them will feature field adjustable drivers, so you have a lot of space to work with between that 8 and 24-watt solution to get the right lumen package that you need. And we're also focusing on creating spot, medium, wide, and extra wide optics, so it does cover a lot of your bullet flood needs in the real world in application. For flood luminaires, we will be launching a separate flood series that looks similar to the area light, but it will be more compact size and more designed for floodlighting applications specifically. And it will go from 3,000 lumens to about 15,000 lumens. Finally, the high output flood will be available in a modular design, much like our ARCMAX series, so for those who are familiar with that. It'll come in 180, 360, 540, and 720 watt options, so you'll get up to 130,000 lumens. For those of you who've ever purchased high output products from us, right now our highest lumen package outdoors is 60,000 with our ModMax series. So this is going to give you more than double that to kind of fill in the spot for those looking for higher lumen package needs. Finally, one of the big things that you'll see at our booth, there will be a large portion of the booth in the outdoor section towards the front dedicated specifically to visual comfort technology. We did promo this last year, but you'll see visual comfort now embedded with all of our Impulse products in one location, so you can really see how everything comes together. A visual comfort essentially is a new technology that's designed to reduce the noticeable glare so you don't see any pixelation of the light source, which is one of the biggest complaints that people normally give about LEDs. And not only that, it really complements the aesthetic of the new line because now you have something that's comfortable to look at, as the word would dictate, but also is part of a really nice aesthetic and a really nice design range. For those of you who have more questions about visual comfort, definitely feel free to reach out to me, but you will be able to see it in action as part of all the Impulse products at the booth. So as I mentioned before, we will be showing a visual comfort and an area light, which is available as a 100-watt option. It's also available with our wall mount series in 28 and 55 watt, in our canopy for 28 and 55 watt, in the floods for 28, 55, and 100 watt, and it's available standard with our bollard. In terms of rollout plans, the Impulse wall mount luminaire is in stock along with the area light and the canopy. All three products are already DLC premium. They are available for sale and they're well stocked in our warehouses. The bollard is targeted to be the next launch in May of this year. And then throughout the summer and early fall, you'll see a staged launch of our bullet floods, our small floods, and our high output floods as well. In terms of visual comfort, we are currently bringing in stock within the next 3 or 4 months of the canopy and the wall mount luminaire first, since they're going to be your most common applications of visual comfort technology. And then we will also be rolling out throughout the next 2 or 3 quarters the remainder of the visual comfort technology in the rest of the Impulse family. Now going on to QUADROMAX Plus. We will be having a section or a panel of the booth dedicated to QUADROMAX Plus. The QUADROMAX Plus area light is designed to be more modular than its Generation 1 parent. It has 6 wattages reaching up to almost 40,000 lumens, just like the Impulse area light. And it's meant to be very versatile. So not only is it versatile in terms of the wattages and lumen packages you can order, which is basically from 50 to 350 watt increments, but it's also versatile in terms of the applications you can use it for. While predominantly used as an area light, there are up to 5 different mounting options available to be able to use this product for wall or flood applications as well. The QUADROMAX Plus also has more features, so we now stock Type 2, 3, 4, and 5 optics that are in stock. None of those are special order. Everything is DLC premium, and it comes with a 10-year warranty on parts out of the box. So, as you know, MaxLite's outdoor portfolio continues to support your traditional outdoor products such as area lights, wall packs, canopies for more everyday solutions. But to give you guys an idea of where everything kind of falls into place, the bottom tier of our product line is more for your everyday solutions. It's our general purpose line that still has high quality and dedication to high performance, but it's also much more of an economic solution. And then above that, we offer top tier solutions, which is a step above our traditional offering with the focus on aesthetics and options. And under that category is where you would find QUADROMAX Plus, visual comfort technology, and the overall Impulse architectural range. So while the LFI booth may focus predominantly on our top-tier solutions, keep in mind that we still have a very strong portfolio on general purpose that's continuing to expand throughout this year as well. But this is just to give you guys an idea of where everything kind of comes into play.
I want to reintroduce Chanel Parikh. She's also Assistant Product Manager for our hazardous location line. Shanali?
Thank you, Matt. So I'm going to take a few slides to discuss some of our hazardous location offerings. Before I get into that, you'll notice that hazardous location is going to be a fairly small portion of the outdoor section of our booth this year. And while we do have a very strong basic portfolio when it comes to our harsh and hazardous offerings, keep in mind that we're also continuously expanding this portfolio as well into not just classified fixtures, but also fixtures that are designed for harsher locations, such as higher temperature products. Within the harsh and hazardous section of the booth, we will be showing 5 key products that we have in our portfolio. The first one of which is our floodlight that actually comes in 2 different options, a Class 1 Div 1 option and a Class 1 Div 2 option. There's 3 wattages, 80, 100, and 150 watts. You can get to a nice 400 watt equivalent, and it is one of our marine grade rated fixtures. Another thing that I kind of touched upon before was oftentimes you may have needs where you're looking for something that's marine grade or you're looking for a certain operating temperature, but it may not be a classified space. These products aren't just meant to be class and division rated fixtures only, they're also meant to play in harsher locations as well. A great example of that would be our high bay series within the harsh and hazardous portfolio. It's a Class 1 Div 2 product, but it has a really nice modular solution where it can be used as an area, flood, wall, or high bay application. So a little bit like QUADROMAX in that sense, and it's also a marine grade product. So a lot of the times for people who are more in coastal regions and they need something marine grade for high bay applications, this would be a great fit even if they don't need the class or division rated product. Our ARCMAX series is available in a standard version and also in a classified version. This one goes up to 1,000 watt pulse start metal halide equivalent, and it's modular as well in 180, 360, or 540 watt applications. It's also available in 135, 270, and 405 watt applications as well. Both of those categories are just meant to be modular in 1, 2, or 3 bars. We'll also be showcasing our low bay product, which is a Class 1 Div 2 rated product with up to 65C operation. And then finally, we will be showing our linear light that's available in 2-foot and 4-foot, 40 watt and 80 watt, and available in Class 1 Div 2 or Class 2 Div 1. As I said, I'm keeping it pretty light in terms of discussing any kind of specs because I wanted to focus in general about what you'll be seeing at LFI. But if you have more questions on our harsh and hazardous portfolio or the classified fixtures, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me. There's definitely a lot more information I can provide for those of you who are interested. But as for that, that's all I have on hazardous locations, and thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us today.
Thank you, Shanali. And also to reintroduce Alex Trong, our Director of Product Management for Lamps, for our signage section.
Thank you, Matt. So new for this year, we have Generation 2 signage tube. This is a double-sided LED T8 tube replacement for T12HO. This particular product, there are 4 lengths, 4-foot, 5-foot, 6-foot, and 8-foot. And they come with G13 end caps with an R17D adapter. So you can use either or, the G13 or the R17D. They're double-sided LEDs designed for a virtual 360-degree illumination, perfect for double-sided sign, and they're available in stock right now. Next, we have new LED modules. We have 2 versions. We have a normal light output version and also a high output version. They're available in 4 types, either 1 LED, 2 LED, 3 LED, or 4 LEDs. And the specs are there. They have standard 160-degree batwing distribution. They come with 3M very high bonding tape and ruggedized screw bores. IP65 for outdoor application. Long life, 50,000 hours, 5-year warranty. And they should be available end of this month. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Now to introduce Paul Gray, our Senior Director of Horticulture Sales, and Matt Struck, our Horticultural Management Associate. Guys?
All right, thanks, Matt. What I'd like to first start off with is when we look at our first slide and the first bit of information, what I think would be important to cover just some basic terms so that as we start referencing our horticulture fixture line, there's kind of a basis that we can kind of springboard from so that when you're talking with customers, you have kind of a base level repertoire of terms that will lead to a very healthy conversation. So first, when we start talking about plants and the type of light that they use what is called PAR, or photosynthetically active radiation spectrum, and that's essentially a range of wavelengths between 400 and 700 nanometer. These wavelengths are what drive photosynthesis. So it's the fuel, so to speak, for plants and for their growth and all the other stages of development. When we look at that spectrum of light, the other part that is so important is intensity. And for horticulture lighting, there's two ways in which we reference intensity. We reference it in terms of the emittance from a fixture, which is your photosynthetic photon flux, which is the rate of the photons in that range of PAR. So the amount of photons between 400 and 700 nanometers that are being emitted from the fixture. Now, probably the most important term in terms of growth and intensity of light is your photosynthetic photon flux density, or your PPFD. This is your intensity that you would measure at your plant canopy. So this is what growers and folks in the industry should be referencing when they're telling you, how much light do they need to make their plants grow. So this is your target intensity value that you want to go after. And it's also referenced as a unit of measure as micromoles per meter squared per second. But a general way of referencing it is just simply saying your PPFD. Now, after your intensity of light, the other important aspect to understand is the photoperiod. In other words, how long are the lights going to be on to facilitate healthy or sufficient growth? This can range from anywhere from, say, 10 hours to 24 hours where the lights are on the entire time, but typically you're going to see kind of a range between 12 and 18 hours. So as an example, lights on for 18 hours, off for 6 hours. When you incorporate the photoperiod and your intensity of light, we look at that as kind of a measurement from a daily perspective, which would be your daily light interval. So this is a good way to reference both your intensity of light and your photoperiod so that you can ensure that the plants are getting the proper nutrients in terms of their lighting need to facilitate that healthy growth. So when we continue from the terms on the first slide, we're also going to look at your photosynthetic photon efficacy. And this is where we'll reference in terms of kind of incorporating the power value. So really when we talk about the efficiency of the fixture, we're going to reference it in terms of micromoles per joule. That's where then a healthy fixture in terms of its efficiency is going to be somewhere in the 2 micromoles per joule point. When you incorporate that intensity of light along with the PAR spectrum, there's some other benefits that you can also see from, say, the intensity and the spectrum, and that's going to be a photomorphogenesis type of response, which this part of talking about is when we're starting to get a little bit deeper in the weeds. And what happens here is based upon applying the appropriate, say, intensity of light along with an appropriate spectrum, we can start to change the quality or the morphology or the shape, so to speak, of plants. For folks who are growing, say, bedding plants or flowering crops, kind of ornamental flowers, sometimes having a shorter, more compact plant is a better selling point for their crop that they're selling to market, whether it be from a packaging standpoint or just from a straight qualitative aspect in terms of how the plant looks. One way that you can kind of look at how that spectrum is referenced is through a spectral distribution graph, which we have an example of that to the right, which is through the use of one of our ceramic metal halide lamps, where you can see that full spectral power distribution in terms of what we're looking at. And then as you wrap it all together, one of the things that you want to kind of have an understanding about it are the stages of growth. Now, how stages of growth are referenced is going to vary drastically in terms of what types of crops are being grown. But typically you're going to have something like a clone or seedling stage, which can require a certain type of lighting application, a vegetative state where plants are grown just to build the biomass or the foundation of that plant structure. And then as we go into more complex stages, we can also then look at the fruiting and flowering stage. So now, as we move past the term and kind of general knowledge base, we can kind of start talking about some of the different fixtures and how we apply them. So in our Spotlight series at MaxLite with our LED fixtures, we have 2 different versions. We have one that's at a 600 watt and one that's at a 1200 watt for your very high intensity, high power type of applications. For the most part, you'll see a lot of the fixture being applied through the use of the 600 watt version. It's meant to essentially replace the 1000 watt double-ended high pressure sodium. Some of the benefits that you'll see from using LED technology is reduced HVAC needs, reduced energy costs. The spectrum that we've developed in our Spotlight series also has a enhanced green kind of band, which allows for a deeper canopy penetration. As you would assume, plants are predominantly green, which means they're reflecting the light back at you. But as that green light hits the plant's canopy, it can eventually penetrate deeper through because it's not readily absorbed, but plants will absorb it. So we're looking at many different ways in which we can enhance the morphological responses, your biomass accumulation, and then, of course, flavor profiles or other types of chemical profiles so that you have that high qualitative response. When we move past, say, LED technology, there's still a need in the industry for types of technology that have a very high output, but also that are very cost competitive when we have tight budgets. So when we look at those types of solutions, that's when we look at our HID solutions. So first, here we have our 1,000-watt double-ended high-pressure sodium fixture. It is passive cooling, has a high-efficiency ballast, and there's also 6 phases of dimming. So essentially, you can adjust the different outputs in terms of that intensity, that PPF, so that regardless of what type of stage your crop is in, you can facilitate that need from an intensity standpoint. When we go past the high-pressure sodium, we also offer our ceramic metal halide. When you look at the ceramic metal halide lamp, it's very similar in terms of the high-pressure sodium, except there's some differences in terms of the spectrum. So if you reference back to the high-pressure sodium, it's definitely higher in the red content, which helps facilitate a lot of the flowering needs in terms of flowering crops and fruiting crops, whereas the ceramic metal halide has a higher percentage of blue, which will help facilitate more of the vegetative stage. Can you use them for both applications, whether it be vegetative or flower? Yes, but at the same time, this is where we kind of start to break down some of the differences in terms of how the fixtures can be applied for different crops at different stages. We have a 630-watt version of the ceramic metal halide and a 315-watt version as well. They both come with a 3-year warranty, and this is a complete fixture and lamp. As I transition into one of our final slides where we're talking about the individual lamps, I'll have Max Struck, who is also part of our horticulture team, kind of chime in on this and fill us in on some of the specifics on our lamps.
Thank you, Paul. And to get into the lamps a little bit, the first thing you're really going to notice after you kind of look at the different spectrums that Paul just went through is that each of these different lamps can have a different base type for the different technology to make sure that you don't put them in the wrong fixture. So we'll start off with our ceramic metal halide lamp. That's going to utilize a PGZ18 base. It's not going to be your regular E39 screw-in lamp, so it's very specific to that lamp type. It's commonly used in the industry, and most manufacturers are going to be compatible with this particular CMH lamp. So it does not have to be used with the MaxLite fixture itself, and you can offer it to other customers. Then to get into our T8 lamp, our T8 lamp is actually a single-ended solution with a very narrow bandwidth focus of spectrum. Our T8 LED solution offers high red and high blue, really focusing on the most effective portion of the PAR range in terms of biomass growth. And then finally, to get into our 1,000-watt high-pressure sodium lamp, this one also is going to be very specific to our double-ended high-pressure sodium complete fixture. It's going to work with all 3 voltages of which we offer. And then due to it being rated for 400 volt, it will be compatible with most competitors' fixtures in the market. One thing to note related to the base, it's going to be a K12 by 30S base, very unique to the double-ended technology for high-pressure sodium fixtures. Then to go over the warranties for each of these lamps, we're going to offer a 1-year warranty for our ceramic metal halide, a 1-year warranty for our high-pressure sodium fixture, and then a 2-year warranty for our T8 tube. These lamps do not generally have as long as a lifetime rating as LEDs, and due to the longer duration of hours of operation, they're typically going to be replaced more often than a regular LED technology. And then to go into our final slide in closing, I'll turn that back to Paul.
All right, thank you, Max. So overall, we've been able to go through all the different fixtures and lamps, and then also develop some basic technology in terms of terms and all the horticulture information that you need. So if you have any questions or anything about fixtures or terms, please let us know at MaxLite. We'll be happy to facilitate any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Paul and Max. And I want to thank everybody for attending our webinar. Our Q&A time is right now, and also a copy of today's webinar will be sent to you. I'll see you at LFI. Have a great day.